Egyptian pyramids are arguably one of the most bizarre structures on Earth. They have existed for a very long time, and surprisingly, they are still standing strong to this day. These mysterious structures have invited a lot of experts who have tried to solve the mysteries that surround the pyramids. One of them is Nikola Tesla, an exceptional inventor who eventually revealed terrifying truths about the Egyptian pyramids. Nikola Tesla. The world can never forget Nikola Tesla for all he has done to make life easier for us. Although he died unappreciated, his discoveries and theories have recently been brought into the limelight. And even aside from that, the inventions that Nikola's ideas birthed are most of what we can't do without today. For example, Wisconsin, FI, air conditioners, smartphones, electrical supply systems, and more. You must agree that Tesla's ideas are crazy, and if he was still alive, he would have worked on some top projects in which he already expressed his interest. One of these projects is the Egyptian pyramids, and particularly, he was obsessed about these mysterious structures. Tesla developed a special interest in the secrets of the pyramid when he was 20 years old. At that point, he decided to make it a life goal as he felt there was something special about these structures. He had so many questions that he intended to seek answers about the purpose of the pyramids and how they were constructed. The pyramids are known to be made of approximately 2.5 million blocks of stone and weigh about 6 million tons. But the mysteries surrounding the pyramids were greatly unknown, and they have drawn visitors from around the world. Since Tesla dedicated his time to researching the pyramids, he was able to gain from the knowledge surrounding these structures, and of course, they became the roots of his innovative ideas and inventions, including the concept of pyramids' potential to create power. The misconception about the pyramids. For so many years, what we know about the pyramids is that they are tombs built for pharaohs of ancient Egypt. However, no matter how much you search through the pyramids, you won't find a single mummy. If you need to find the mummies of these kings, they are all in the Valley of the Kings. Also, after the pyramids were studied, there are no single inscriptions on them, which is just so hard to believe because the absence of inscriptions means the purpose of the building isn't stated. Are the pyramids purposeless? Why would anyone build massive structures with not even a single goal in mind? Now that we know they are not tombs, and we also know they are not edifices built in honor of some gods, what exactly is so special about these structures? While many tried to find out, Nikola Tesla found out some truth about the pyramids. Tesla's discovery. Nikola Tesla studied various books on ancient buildings and discovered that the pyramids had extraordinary energy. At the time, electricity was not widely recognized, and Tesla began investigating the possibility that the pyramids housed superior technology. Soon, he became convinced that the pyramids' power came from electromagnetism. According to him, the pyramids were built with some form of crystal energy, and the chambers within them were used to tamper with the electromagnetic fields. He also believed that the materials used to build the Great Pyramid, such as stones, had energy-storing properties derived from the sun and the moon. As a result, he proposed that a pyramid be designed to generate an energy field capable of supplying electricity to cities. In 1905, Tesla filed a patent in the United States named the method of conveying electrical energy through natural medium. The patent included plans for a series of global generators that tap an ionosphere for extracting electrical energy. He saw Earth as a massive electrical generator with infinite energy, rotating around two magnetic poles. Later, he referred to his triangular design as Tesla's electromagnetic pyramid. According to Tesla, the day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. He also said the Egyptian pyramids' power is not just about their design, but also about their location. The Tesla Experimental Station in Colorado Springs and the Wardenclyffe Tower, or Tesla Tower, on the East Coast were constructed by Tesla to make use of the Earth's energy field. Having studied the location of the Egyptian pyramids, Tesla was able to pick a location for his pyramid based on the principles that govern where the pyramids of Giza stood, which are tied to the planet's elliptical orbit and the equator. This concept was intended for wireless energy transmission. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. For years, we have believed so many things about the Great Pyramid. Many people speculate about the pyramid, including the purpose of this mysterious structure. Some have said the pyramid is there as a message sent by supernatural beings, while some people have said the pyramid is built as tombs for pharaohs. However, we never found evidence for any of these claims, which simply means they lied to us and everything they said was just assumptions. But now that we know about the discovery of Nikola Tesla and the truth he has about the pyramids, we are closer to why these structures exist. But the baffling thing is, if the pyramids can really generate electricity, how did the ancient Egyptians come to know about electricity when they didn't even use it? A mere coincidence? Or did some unknown beings create these structures? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. How the pyramids were constructed. There are several pyramids in Egypt, and surprisingly, they were all built differently, but let's concentrate on the big one. Looking at the statistics, the Great Pyramid originally rose more than 46 meters tall and contained over 2.3 million stone pieces. But as we all know, every building project begins with the foundation, which says a lot about the building. The base level of the pyramid is within 2 centimeters square to 11 centimeters. Its edges are aligned with the compass to within 3/60ths of a degree. This is really impressive because at the time there were no compasses, and the North Star was located in a different location 4,500 years ago. The truth is, we don't think figuring out north is something difficult. Simply observe where any star rises and sets during the night and divide the angle in half. Squaring the sides is thus as simple as measuring a straight angle. Pythagoras and his equation arrived much later. Yet ancient societies such as the Egyptians realized that a 3-4-5 triangles formed a 90-degree corner. They could even form a perfect angle by connecting the intersections of the arcs with a line perpendicular to a line through their centers. Some hypotheses claim that the Egyptians utilized water-filled canals as natural levels to level the ground. However, this is unlikely, given how much water they'd have to haul in to keep it from evaporating. However, you can create a level if you can create a right angle. You can level across extended distances if you put it at a height. Tesla on numerology. Even more amazing is Tesla's thought tied to numerology. Several reports show how Tesla was an unusual person with compulsive tendencies. Tesla had some obsessions that would make you wonder if he was human. One such obsession was his strange belief in the digits 3, 6, and 9. He believed these numbers held the secret to the cosmos. Whenever Tesla got to a place in his car, he wouldn't step out of the car until he had driven around the building 3 times. If he was staying in a hotel, he wouldn't stay in a room if the room numbers were not divisible by 3. And if he needed to make choices, he did in a group of 3. Tesla's fixation with these numbers was linked to his preference for pyramidal designs and his belief in underlying mathematical laws and ratios as part of a universal math language. What exactly was Tesla trying to tell us with his belief in these 3 numbers, and how do they relate to all that we have discussed? We observe that mathematics is more than what we study in our classrooms. It is a universal language, and the law guiding maths is binding everyone in the world. Let's take a look at vortex arithmetic. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 also plus 2 equals 4. 4 also plus 4 equals 8. Furthermore, 8 plus 8 equals 16. 16 plus 16 equals 32, while 32 plus 32 equals 64. Pay close attention to this. 1 plus 6 equals 7. 3 plus 2 equals 5, and 6 plus 4 equals 10. Note that this number pattern boils down to 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5. These numbers are repeated 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5. However, 3, 6, and 9 don't follow this pattern. Now that we know the truth about these numbers and the fact that Tesla was obsessed with them, can we say he was attempting to reveal a few truths to us using the awesome pyramids as a reference point? What to know about the pyramid's measurement? The Pyramid of Giza comprised 2.5 million pieces of stone weighing 6 million tons. It stands 481 feet high, and its impression is over 13 acres of land. Adjusting this development with 1/15th of a degree of true north is nearly impossible accuracy. This is because the base of the pyramid is level inside 3/4 of an inch. The pyramid sides are over 755 feet long, and each side is inside 2 inches of the other. Whoever built the pyramid had a sound knowledge of the earth and engineering. If you multiply the pyramid's 481 feet in height by 43,200, you will get 3,938,685 miles, which is inside 11 miles of the Earth's polar radius. This stands at 99.7 accuracy. At the same time, in case you were to multiply the base border of the Great Pyramid, which is 3,024 feet by 43,200, you'd get 24,734.94, which is the Earth's central conference. This is also 99.3% accuracy, even though the incredible pyramid is bolted into the true cardinal headings of north, south, east, and west. A slight inconsistency of 3/60th of a degree blunder may be observed. Regardless, it can be considered unimportant considering the reality that the builders of the structure lived in ancient times. So how is it conceivable that the old builders had this type of accuracy? Commonly, the ancient Egyptians were conversant with equinoxes. The equinox is the crossing point of the sun's path within the sky with the equator, when the length of day and night are the same. The length of the day and night on an equinox is 43,200 seconds. Most skeptics consider the relationship between the equinox and the Earth as a mere coincidence, but according to engineer Glenn Dash, the Egyptians couldn't have utilized the pole star or sun shadow to adjust the pyramids. According to him, they must have utilized the autumnal equinox to get the right estimate for the structures. Equinox estimations have been already ignored as a possible arrangement method since it was thought to require more accuracy. But Dash contrasted this as he revealed the plausibility of equinox providing exact estimates. Employing a no-man to cast a shadow to demonstrate this, he experimented by following the point of the shadow of the fall equinox in 2016 to make a smooth curve of points. At the end of the day, he intercepted 2 of the curve points with a tall piece of string wrapped around the pole. This formed an almost perfect line that runs from east to west. This can be known as the Indian circle strategy, which shows that even though the estimation was wrong, the degree of mistake was comparable to the slight error found within the arrangement of the pyramids at Giza. The astronomical latitude 30 is midway between the equator and the North Pole. The pyramidal may be talking to our universe this way. It's not that the construction of the pyramid is flawless. It has about 0.05 degrees error in its measurements. Even though the old structures adopted triple and hexagonal symmetry, we could see 3 pyramids that are totally aligned with the constellation of Riot. You'd observe that the number 42,200 is a significant number that represents the axial precession of the Earth. The number is also a multiple of 72, which is the number of times the Earth rotates its axis. The numbers 72 and 432 are also found in ancient mythology, in sacred texts to be precise. 72 is the number of languages spoken at the Tower of Babel. It is the number of names for gods in Jewish Kabbalah. It is the number of temples in Angkor Wat, and the number of degrees of latitude between Angkor Wat and the Great Pyramid. 432. Hertz is the harmonic frequency believed to be a resonance for music, and also 432,000 is the number of syllables in the Hindu Rig Veda. What exactly does this mean? Have the ancient Egyptians used mathematical language? The fact that the builders were able to get these accurate measurements in line with the Earth's dimensions doesn't seem like a mere coincidence. If you take the North Pole of the Earth and extend it to the sky, you'll find out that it points to a star called the Polaris, which is our pole star. Later in the future, the pole might be pointing to another star, and the simple explanation is the continuous rotation of the Earth, and the pole does not always point to the same place over a cycle of 25,920 years. But how did Tesla find out the pyramid can generate electricity? Evidence that the pyramid is built for harnessing energy. The materials used in building the pyramids play an important role in the conduction of energy within the structures. The pyramid is built with limestone and other materials that were conceivably moved from a distance. Each of the stones is so tightly compacted that you can hardly find any space between them. The casing stones were cut and transported from quarry approximately 500 miles away. The Great Pyramid of Giza was made of materials that insulate electricity, particularly the white tufa limestone. This is because it doesn't contain magnesium, and the interior of the chambers was made of materials that conduct electricity, making it possible to control the discharge of energy from the interior of the pyramid fully. In addition, there are other stones used in the interior which are made from different types of limestone containing properties of crystal and metals. The combination of crystals and metals makes it easy for the free flow of energy within the pyramid. One notable fact is that Tesla's tower works on the same principle as the pyramids, but let's dive into the basics. Wireless power doesn't just work. It needs some elements to be able to work, which includes the sun, water under the tower or pyramid, and the height of either of the structures. The top of the pyramid was made of gold, which is a good conductor of electricity, and in the center is granite that works as an energy transceiver. This combination all works together to give wireless energy. A 2018 study seeks to explore whether the pyramid can respond to electromagnetic waves of a resonant length. The study shows that the pyramid concentrates electromagnetic energy in its inner chambers and is beneath its base. According to scientists, radio waves with a length that ranges from 200 to 600 meters can induce resonances. The closer to 200 meters, the more dramatic the impact. This discovery can create boundless clean energy, but the issue is, what is the source of power? This brings us back to Tesla. His tower was built on top of an aquifer, which released the negative particles to the top of the tower. The tower has copper and iron rods extending down into the water. When power was sent into the tower, it was supposed to be available for all so everyone could use free and clean energy. The same thing applies to the pyramid, which is also built on an aquifer and well-constructed water channel. With copper and iron rods in the chamber and capstone made of gold, the power is generated and taken to the top of the pyramid via the granite in the middle. This process is called physioelectricity. Physioelectricity is the electrical energy that is obtained from normal physical movement, such as strolling and the passing current of a river or underground aquifers. Water would rush into the base chambers and exit, making a pump that vibrates the pyramids. The vibration would then hit the king's chamber with a precise frequency. The king's chamber comprises geomechanically devices that vibrate with the energies of the earth, which are then converted into electromagnetic energy. Tesla's wireless power dispersion framework utilized the Earth's reverberation, just like the pyramid. Moreover, the energy produced by the tower would be unlimited and clean. Sadly, the tower was demolished, and there's also proof that the Great Pyramid was destroyed from inside. Tesla's effort. Tesla saw that there was a way forward in creating this wireless power, but he needed all the support he could get. He then convinced J.P. Morgan, who gave him more than $150,000 to support the project. Tesla's plan to use the resources to actualize the plan for the wireless transmission of energy was publicized in 1898. This plan would help him to achieve fame and fortune, and if it worked, it would empower him to transmit worldwide like Marconi's radio-based telegraph system that transmits messages. If the plan could work on a small scale, it would have been established, but Tesla soon needed more money to execute his plan. He then ran to Morgan the second time, but rather than giving him money, Morgan pulled away from him and cited a breach of agreement. He then proceeded to support Tesla's competitors, Edison and Marconi, who were making him big on Tesla's inventions. As if that was not enough, he sent words out to people that Tesla must be avoided at all costs. This drove Tesla into bankruptcy by 1915 and could no longer keep up with his Wardenclyffe property. In 1917, the tower was demolished and sold for scrap. This was the end of Tesla's project, and this might be the same thing that happened to the Great Pyramid. It may be that it suffered some disastrous events that made it stop working. Apart from the hydrochloric acid, there are traces of sulfuric acid in the southern pole, whereas zinc chloride and ammonium chloride were found within the northern pole. These chemicals are capable of making hydrogen even if they are not mixed. However, the combination of ammonium chloride and sulfuric acid will cause an explosion. Considering the structure of the pyramid, the blast was likely controllable. Back in 2001, burn marks were found in the pyramid within the ceiling over the original location of the resonators. There were also cracks within the stone bars on the southeastern ceiling of the king's chamber. According to Egyptologists, the breaks were a result of a seismic tremor, but the harm as it appeared to have happened in regions of the pyramid where there was a flow of profoundly compressed warmed hydrogen. Apart from this, the walls of the king's chamber also separated from the law and appear to bulge out. This shows that an explosion might have acted upon them. Similar damage has happened to the steps of the chamber and other parts of the interior. The southern shaft was found to have been coated with salt about an inch thick, in the likelihood that hydrogen was bubbling up the shaft. Initially, it was thought that a seismic tremor caused the blast, but engineer Christopher Dunn ruled out the thought and proposed that a cataclysmic event may have happened within the pyramid, dissolving the structure as an active power plant. The theory is yet to be established, though the old Egyptians are known to have been awesome record keepers. This is because we haven't found any record of a cataclysmic event during the time of constructing the pyramid. Although it might have happened so many years ago, it still doesn't change the fact that Egyptians are good record keepers, and we should have seen the record of them utilizing electricity somewhere. Or are we yet to discover it? Although it is not confirmed that the ancient Egyptians used electricity, there are indicators that the ancient Egyptians might have used light bulbs. Archaeologists discovered images of what looks like a light bulb on one of the ancient walls, but that was overruled since there's no record of the ancient Egyptians using any material like glass. What we believe is that the ancient Egyptians built the Great Pyramid around 4500 BC, but what if they just met this structure already existing? This brings us to the Orion constellation theory as proposed by Graham Hancock. According to the theory, the Great Pyramid complex is nearly a match of the stars within the Orion constellation. But is this possible? There's every chance that it is possible. The ancient Egyptians followed the star closely to decide when to plant crops and gather. Also, when we think about what the builder of the pyramid did with his calculation, assuming the Egyptians made the pyramids, it might be possible. But because the pyramid was built at a time known as the Old Kingdom of Ancient Egypt, the relationship they had with the night sky would have to match the appearance of the sky many, many years ago. Experts have said these structures existed a long time ago. Robert Schoch of Boston University stated that the Sphinx and pyramid have been around 13,500 years old. The research on the construction and purpose of the pyramid shows that there may have been a civilization in the past and a type that is capable of making clean energy like Tesla stated. Other scientists have also confirmed the proof of electromagnetic energy that is tapped from the ionosphere to make innovations that we might dream of having. All that Tesla wanted to achieve was free electricity for everyone. If he had succeeded, everyone would have been free from paying for electricity bills, and the empires of J.P. Morgan that produce most of the technology that we use today would have long died. Unfortunately, what died was Tesla with his clean energy ideas, and right now we are all bound with the shackles of dangerous energy that may one day put us into the greatest form of trouble. What do you think the world would look like if Tesla's ideas hadn't died with him? Do you think we would have appreciated him enough for all of that? And also, are we ever going to be able to make this work in the future? Let us know in the comments section. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.